A 92% client retention rate's forgettable. You put it on a slide, people glance at it, and it disappears. The story of Mr. Garcia, the client of yours who had a claim denied over 10 years ago and still pissed off about it, that one sticks. Remember, he almost didn't switch to your agency. In fact, your account manager had 3 separate calls convincing him that he needed ordinance or law coverage for his Malibu vacation home. The Palisades fire hit 6 months later, and now he's the only one of his neighbors who can afford to rebuild. All thanks to your account manager caring enough to get the coverage right. That story gets repeated in hallways at renewal meetings to new hires in their first week. Here's what's happening in your brain right now. When you hear a statistic, 2 areas activate: language processing and logical analysis. When you hear a story, your brain lights up everywhere: motor cortex, sensory regions, emotional centers. You're not just processing the information, you're experiencing it. That's why a retention number slides off your memory and Mr. Garcia sticks. This isn't a presentation trick, it's neuroscience, and it changes how you should communicate at every level of your agency. There's a structure that makes this practical. It's 3 steps. What, so what, and now what? What is the concrete thing that happened? Not a category, not a trend, a specific event, client, or moment. So what is why it matters, the stakes, the implication, the thing that makes someone lean forward. Now what is the action? What do we do with this information? Most insurance professionals skip straight from data to recommendation. They say, retention is down 3 points. We need better stewardship touches. Technically correct, completely forgettable. Now try this. Last quarter, we lost the Haney account, $50,000 in commission. They've been with us for 11 years. I went and asked why. Marina Haney said this, and this is a direct quote: "We just didn't feel like anyone was paying attention to us anymore." She wasn't angry. She was disappointed. And that's, quite frankly, worse. That's the what and the so what. You feel it. Now the now what lands differently. Every account over $25,000 in commission gets a stewardship meeting 90 days before renewal. No exceptions, starting this month. Same recommendation, completely different impact, because the story carried the weight. Now here's a technique that ties it all together. I call it the data anchor plus human story. You lead with one compelling number, just one, then you tell the story behind it. 13% of our clients went into last season without a stewardship meeting. Here's what's happening with one of them. That 13% is your anchor. It earns attention. Then the story makes it unforgettable. This works everywhere in insurance. Renewal presentations, you don't want to open with a coverage summary. Open with the moment from the policy year that proved your value. With producer meetings, don't start with pipeline numbers. Start with the win that shows what the right approach looks like. Carrier conversations, don't lead with your loss ratio defense. Lead with the story of the risk management changes your client made after last year's loss. And leadership reports, don't hand over a spreadsheet. Hand over the one number that matters and the story that explains why. I've watched this transform how agencies communicate. They made the shift from reading slides to telling stories, and the difference is enormous. In engagement, in retention of the message, in behavioral change. The data matters. I'm not saying abandon it. I'm saying stop expecting it to do the emotional work. That's the story's job. Pair them, and people won't just focus on the number, they'll focus on that story. They'll feel it, they'll remember it, they'll act on it. If you found this helpful, click the subscribe button.